It's Week 14 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson. Big plays follow him around. He comes in second in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the Vikings and the Seahawks on EA Sports.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, had he opted for the touchback. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
I love this quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Throwing here, Howell. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Mekhi Blackman's got it. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, this guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Now, during that run, an injury here, we got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they...
And he will score! Touchdown, Vikings! Austin Eckler hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Howell. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Walker now on 1st and 10. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Here's Howell. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. Throw out wide to Walker. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now to the ground, here's Walker. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Now 2nd and 9. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. There's the stiff arm. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, 1st down Seahawks.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
And Walker once more. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. This time they'll throw it with Howell. Pass incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that in the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
It's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And this one is right down Broadway. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Now Cousins. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. That is incomplete. The Vikings looking for a 5th win of the season in this one, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To the air again, it's Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. There he goes left side. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Now the try here for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Jefferson moving in motion left. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and give it instead to Eckler. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. Cousins now. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Howell. That'll be caught by Bobo. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. (10-7) our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Howell from the gun. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
Following the interception, Cousins. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down and a yard. Now Cousins. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. And this is incomplete. Try to find Jordan Addison that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Cousins again. We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Fights off the defender, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. It's taken to the 26. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Uchenna Nwosu has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing, Cousins. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. With a play fake, and now here's Howell to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long. Howell, he'll look to throw it. Batted by the safety, but caught anyway. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Howell. And he's got Smith and Jigba. It's a big play there for Seattle. 42 yards.
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3 yard line. Gotta love the effort, and especially the big play that gave his offense a great opportunity.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Walker forcing his way into the end zone. He was not to be denied. It's a touchdown. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Now the Vikings now heading onto the field. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Completes this to Addison out left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Now a first down throw complete downfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
A first down throw for Cousins to Jefferson on the slant. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down. Now a give running left is Eckler. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. The offense on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Once more, here's Eckler. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. Boswell's kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown at 17-10. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he returns this to the 22. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Howell throwing on first down here. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Howell. He's got his big tight end, Fant. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. And Howell will throw it. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, Howell. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Howell looking to throw again. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Seahawks. Jackson Smith-Njigba, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there, because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Extra point forthcoming. And the lead is up to 14. That time a 6-play drive. And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith-Njigba touchdown catch. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
It was a strong first half for the former Spartan, Kenneth Walker. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
Taken at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Cousins, and the throw here caught by Addison. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire fourth remaining, so stranger things have happened.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Jordan Brooks picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. Cousins now from the 50. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. 23 yards to pick up there. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Running on first down, Eckler. He'll take it inside the 25.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
It's Eckler again. They juked him. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 49 yards rushing forward to the ball game now on 14 carries.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw now. Cousins to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity. And he's
going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Devin Bush drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Jackson Smith and Jigba and his offense ready to go once more here. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
The throw over the middle, taken in. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. From the gun, it's Walker. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 65 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The 22 more yards there and another 1st down.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Play fake. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer
for this pass rush. What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Seahawks.
Here's Howell. His throw incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 11. Cousins. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Howell, he'll look to throw it. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And they will take over 1st and 10. They go play action. Cousins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 3rd and 7. Throwing is Cousins. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
On play action, Cousins. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 10. Cousins. On the screen, this is Eckler. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches. Here's Cousins. This one caught by Osborne, right side. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. To throw is Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Cousins to throw it. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Boswell's kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Howell from the gun. Finding Smith and Jigba downfield. It's a big play there for Seattle. 41 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Howell. This is Fant on the short completion. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and that should just about do it. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. Howell going to go down to a knee, and that should just about wrap this up. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
So the victory here for Seattle, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Seahawks, it's a 4th win on the year as they move to 4-9. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the loss is number 8 for them on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.